Hello Power Rangers Lightning Collection fans, and welcome back to Toku Topics. Today we are finally going to start taking a look at the Wave 10 figures. So these have been shipping out from GameStop. If you've been following Lightning Fig PR on Twitter or Lightning Storm here on YouTube, you would probably have seen that it was like 3 weeks ago-ish that 3/4 of the wave started shipping out from GameStop. Well, they came back in stock this past Tuesday, I think it was, and so they're finally starting to ship out to me. So, interesting story. So this is back to the dorm setup that I had last week with the Andros video. Basically, what's happening now is my pre-orders for Wave 10 shipped out to my house. So those are at my house right now. And I wasn't sure if GameStop was going to do the whole thing where they honored the new orders before the pre-orders. So I placed a second order for Zeo Yellow and Dino Charge Green that to be sent to the dorm. And Dino Charge Green arrived here, but he also arrived at my house. So I have two Dino Charge Greens, but this is the one that we're going to open up and I'm going to keep. And who knows what I'll do with the second one. Ooh. But we'll figure that out. But basically, Zeo Yellow and Phantom Ranger have been delivered at my house, but I don't have them here to review them yet. But I will have them from the next week. I'm working out a way to get them up here, so I will have them. But today we have Riley. We have them there. You have, pretty standard stuff. It's just nice to get a main wave figure again. Here's the render back here. I think they used a pretty nice kind of teal color for, it's accurate. It's like a different kind of shade of green. And I think it looks really nice. So, of course, you get the Dino Charge Morpher, the Dino Saber, all the typical stuff. And there's the Riley head. So let's go ahead and open this up, and I will also compare it to the other Dino Charge figures we have so far, because it's been a minute since we had one. Alright, so here is Riley out of the packaging, and it looks great. The Dino Charge mold, I think, is one of the best ones in the Lightning collection, and like I said, it's been a while since we've had this mold. We had it a lot. We've had it at least once a year so far, but back in 2019, we had it with Red in Wave 1, Gold in Wave 3, even though that one was a little bit different. And then, of course, last year we had it as the Dino Charge Black Ranger exclusive to Target, which was definitely a pain in the butt to get because it was Target. And now we finally, over a year later, have it here. And if you've watched my most recent leak videos on Lightning Storm, you know that they're doing it again next year with blue. So, taking a look at Riley here, if you have the other male Dino Charge Rangers, you pretty much know what to expect here. I think the lines on the helmet were done really nice and, neatly. I don't have any problems with those on mine. The Velociraptor there on the chest. I think that it lines up very nicely on the back and the front in terms of like the line at the joint there. I think that looks pretty good. He's going to have the same thing that Gold and Black did, where they did not paint the silver on the gloves. They have not painted that since Tyler back in Wave 1, so I was not expecting that. Thankfully, they have the correct belt buckle on him this time. You'll see this in the comparison, how Red and Black had different belt buckles, where Red's was accurate and Black's was not. But Green is all good to go here, so thankfully. Same thing with the swords we're going to take a look at here. If I can get him to stand up without the Hasbro Pulse stand, since I know people are going to ask me where the stand comes from. Like every video, people ask me, and it's always in the description, so make sure to look there. But yeah, here's the Dino Saber, which I would hope would be the good one, because Riley is known for using the sword. And it does look good. Thankfully, this is the more accurate Wave 1 version compared to the Chase version we will look at from Dino Charge Black. But, they're the same molds, though. Nothing super surprising there. Here's the Dino Charge Blaster. I think the paint was applied pretty nicely. I don't have any problems with that. Obviously, it's still not painted on the back, but it never really was, so that's fine. Technically it should be, but, whatever. Then we have this effect piece, which we have not had this one in a long time. Like, a very long time. So, we've never had it in green. That's for sure. So, I believe this is actually the same one that Dino Charge Red came with, but he had it in a light blue. And now we have it here. Or actually, he had it in a dark blue. MMPR Red had it in a light blue. So, we haven't really had this one since, 2019. So, pretty cool. And then, of course, we have the Riley head. And I just realized I didn't take the hands out of the package. Now I got the hands out. I don't know how I forgot that. But we have a fist. And we have a pointing hand. So I think that's a brand new one for the Dino Charge mold. Yeah. I'm pretty sure, because the Dino Charge ones have unique hands because they have that little, gauntlet armor thing there. So, yeah, I think that's a brand new one. That's pretty cool. Now we'll look at the head. So I think the Riley head is pretty good. I think the Chase head is, one of the all-time best ones in the Lightning collection so far. And I don't think the Riley one is too bad. We'll go ahead and swap it here. So I've been having some problems with figures this past week and breaking, so I really hope that that doesn't break today. So there we go. There's the Riley head on the figure, and I think it's pretty solid. Like I said, I think it's one of those ones where at certain angles it looks better than certain other angles, but yeah, I mean, from a distance I think that will be passable. Looks enough like Michael Tabor, so yeah, pretty cool. Let's go ahead and take a look at him with the other Dino Charge Rangers. Alright, so here is all of the Dino Charge heads on here so far, so all the Rangers we got, and I think these are pretty good. I think that Chase and Riley are probably the best of the four. Tyler's isn't horrible, and Ivan's isn't terrible, but I think they're the kind of weaker ones. But yeah, I mean, here they are. Obviously, they all share mostly the same molds. I know that Gold's is a little bit different since he has like different chest sculpting and things like that, but still, it's not like a huge difference. I did notice, though, that when I was swapping the heads, so Tyler never had that silver trim around the neck that he should have, while Chase has it, and Riley has it. So one of those weird inconsistencies. It's strange because, Tyler's the only one that has the silver painted on the hand there, while the other three do not. So one of those weird inconsistencies, but that's kind of how the Lightning Collection goes at this point in time. But yeah. So yeah, here's what I was talking about, the Dino Saber. So this one is Riley's, but you can see here on, actually, one of these is Riley's, one of these is Tyler's. I believe the one that is the lighter shade is Riley's there. So this one's Riley's, this one's Tyler's. So you can see these ones are the same. But then last year, when they had the Target exclusive Black Ranger, they didn't paint the yellow all the way down there. So that's how I will always know that the one on the bottom is Chase's, because it's inaccurate. But at least Riley's ended up being more accurate to Tyler's. So that's good. Alright, well that is pretty much going to do it for Dino Charge Green here from the Lightning Collection Wave 10. One other thing I did want to point out, I noticed when I was posing these guys. So you see how Tyler has the black painted on the bottom of his boot? Riley does not. So I just noticed that when I was posing these guys. That's not a big deal at all, but one thing I wanted to make sure I brought up at the end. But yeah, that's it for Riley here. I think it's a great figure. It's going to go great if we have the other three of these guys. We know from the leaks that blue and pink are coming in 2022, and the next couple of waves. I think pink is supposed to be actually in wave 11, the next upcoming wave, if that pans out correctly. So we might even see that next week at PulseCon, who knows. But yeah, that's it for him. The first of wave 10 to make it to me. And like I said, Zeo Yellow and Phantom Ranger have been delivered at my house, and I'm working on getting them up to my dorm so I can take a look at them as well. So expect those to have videos in the next week or so. And then In Space Pink, no idea what's happening with her. She has not shipped out for anybody yet, and we're hoping it's so they held her back to fix the shoulders and maybe even the visor. But that's it. Thank you all for watching. I will leave a link in the description below to the GameStop website for Dino Charge Green. He's been going in and out of stock occasionally here. Seems to be the most abundant one that they've been getting, so it should be the easiest one for you to pick up of the wave, and I highly recommend it. So, until next time, you can follow me on Twitter at LivingRangerKey or at LightningFigPR, and I'll see you all later.